Hello, hello, and welcome to the show. SykoYoda is back here with another adventure in Minecraft, and today we are going to clean up some more of our messes as we get some more sand for another project. Rain has been doing the sand differently than I have. I've been trying to get rid of these islands. I will still get rid of this one completely, but I don't want to do it right now. I think she's been pulling the sand from this area. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with that thought process. Oh yeah, you can see right here. Look at all the sand that's gone. I think that's all right there too. So, wanted to come over here and grab some sand because I'm running low on glass, along with the fact that all of that sand that was intended for glass has kind of started to disappear. Rain was obviously over here fairly recently, or at least the last time she was over here, she left some stuff behind. Got the summer schedule started for the Minecraft now, and hopefully you guys are okay with the summer schedule. We got one of these a week on Wednesdays, and then we have, right now it is Starving Together with Rain. I think that is Monday and Friday. And then to round it off and to give me something massive to do for the summer schedule, I've started the Summer of Sims in Sims 4. And I got a pretty cool concept with that going on. Few episodes into it now, and started a family with me, Rain, our son, and then as our son and daughter, Water Bear and Miss Scree, trying to bring the internet family together a little bit, you know, in my own single player concept, still have them there in spirit and whatnot. I've been told by both of them that they are enjoying the series and that they think I did a good job of representing them, which was good because I thought I nailed them pretty well. Still learning the game, though. I suck at the game. Only way to really put it is, being a new to Sims person, I obviously have no clue what I'm doing because, I'm bad. I'm bad at it. So if you like watching general derpage, I strongly suggest going and checking it out. If you're not a fan of the derpage, you may not be interested in it, but I am a fairly quick learner, and I am trying my bestest to learn that game and how everything works in it. So feel free to go over there and comment, giving me a little tips, pointers here and there as to how to change the way I'm playing the game for the better. I would much appreciate it and welcome any positive feedback. We don't need no trolls. I'm just saying. Water Bear is plenty of troll for the rest of us. So, that going on. Also got the projects around the house started in full effect. This week is the first week we're going to start working on the roof, doing some preparation so that the roofers can come and put a new roof on it. Trying to save some money doing some work myself. Mainly my mom and I are going to be doing that stuff, but we'll see how it goes. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I think it's not going to take as long as I thought it was going to. But I still see me busy with it for a couple of weeks. And then hopefully right around 4th of July weekend, Independence Day, we will be getting the roof put on. Along with that comes the completion of that project, and I can see how much money I have to spend for the remainder of the summer. I'm hoping to redo some siding on the house, kind of bring it into the modern times, do some paint. I'm definitely going to be doing gutters because I'm pulling the old ones down. They are garbage. And really just overall making a cool addition or improvement to the house. Slowly but surely. You know, I've been here at this location for going to be 9 years this summer, and although I have completed a lot of upgrades and projects around the place, it just feels like it's taking forever to do some of the things. And I think that part of that is just simply because of money constraints, but more so is the time constraints that are included in that, because it takes so much time for you to do things yourself. It's not like I'm hiring other people to go do the simplest of things, and it's rewarding to do things by yourself, but the more and more I do, the more and more I understand why so many homeowners just pay for stuff to get done. It's very much an obvious thing now as to why more and more people are spending, quite frankly, way too much money to get stuff done, just simply so that they can free up that extra time. Situation is, of course, different for us because I'm a stay-at-home parent, so I do have the ability to spend the time here at the house and get things done. But I think people don't understand or tend to forget just how much time and how difficult it is. I swear I had an ender chest here. Maybe not. Well, we need to get one here at some point. Yeah. Anyway, just how much time and how difficult it is to manage the YouTube career. Like, that's a lot of sandstone. It's self-inflicted. This is not making me any money to speak of at this point, especially since there has been continuous changes as of late to the way YouTube is doing things, and it's not helped anybody in the YouTube community. The YouTubers are gaming-wise very quickly. It was slowly, but now it is basically a gallop, moving over to Twitch, because there is no money to be had anymore in YouTube for the gaming community. And it's kind of funny that this would be taking place at the exact same time that YouTube has said they are trying to improve things specifically for YouTube gaming channels. They're trying to fix their streaming thing so that it is more user-friendly for gamers, etc., etc. They even have highlights on the creators thing on Twitch constantly about, improving your game YouTube channels, and the sidebar always has these little tips that pop up on little courses that they've set up, to help with all that. All focusing on gaming. They really want the gamers to stick around. Well, if that was the case, why would they spend so much time screwing up the gaming channels? Like, they are purposely making decisions that are affecting gaming on a massive level on YouTube, and either the people that are in charge of that just don't get it, or they just don't care. Either way, it looks bad, and it's driving people away, which is a shame, because I am a binge watcher, number one, and number two, I'm a person that very much has a hard time functioning correctly unless I delegate my time for everything, which means I don't have the ability to just on the fly go catch people on Twitch when they're streaming. And yes, they do tend to have the back thing, what is that called? Anyway, where you can go VOD, video on demand on Twitch. But let's face it, most Twitchers don't bother saving that stuff, and along with that, unless you're part of the stream, you really don't want to go back and watch, say, 3 hours of somebody streaming where they're interacting with comments that you can't see. It's not conducive. It's not the same. So it is what it is, but it is changing what I have available to me to watch on YouTube, to the point that I almost find myself more often than not going back and watching older series because they're already done and they are available on YouTube. So my ability to see newer games being played by the people that I've been watching for a very long time now seems to be dwindling. I'm not sore about it or upset per se. It's just disappointing that this is the route that it's gone. Now, to be fair with that as well, I have noticed that the reason, in large part, why this is happening is because the funding that is taking place for YouTubers / Twitchers is basically public private funding, where you are choosing to donate to that person to keep them going, and I think that's excellent that it's gone that direction. Obviously, the quintessential way to do it, as far as I'm concerned, is what Kurt J. Mack has been doing, and been commercial free on Flob for quite a long time now because of his Patreon. I'm not a big fan of Patreon overall because I think the majority of people that use Patreon just use it as a way to get easy donations. A lot of the times, the stuff that they say that they're going to give you for reaching a certain goal or paying a certain level amount is just, quite frankly, worthless stuff. And it's stuff that used to be given or part of being a part of that community automatically, where certain things were given to you just because you were a loyal fan and you spent the time to find out there was going to be a giveaway or find out that this was going to be available, and it was good. It was a good way to do things. All that has just kind of disappeared. Game giveaways, all that stuff. It's kind of pointless to even try doing at this point. I have run into the situation myself where a lot of the times my giveaways they just don't end up doing anything because people aren't interested in that specific aspect of it or whatever. Or they just don't bother commenting or doing the proper procedures to get to the point. And a lot of the way YouTube has changed the comment section and stuff has also hurt that, and I am aware of that. That kind of killed the community in general, and the whole G+ implementation and them not realizing they already had a community through YouTube and just screwing themselves over. Google. Just poor choices. But all that being said, what I'm getting at here is I don't intend on going anywhere anytime soon. With the idea of going to Twitch, it just doesn't work for me. I can't keep and maintain a regular schedule on Twitch because of my real life needs or requirements. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm going to continue on releasing videos here on YouTube, even though the little income that I was receiving has started going away. I hope to 100% keep my schedule on the main /Lego channel, and I don't see that really ever changing. The gaming channel, on the other hand, as time goes on and as things continue to change, more than likely will reduce in the amount of videos that are being seen, unless something dramatically changes or I decide to go ahead and stick my nose out, or not my nose out, my head out, my chin out, my foot out, my hand out? Yes, my hand out, and ask for you guys to help keep this thing going. At some point, I'm going to have to realize that the costs of this are superseding the value of it, and I need to change the way I'm doing things, or get some financial backing of some sort. I don't know how I'm going to go about that. Personally, I think that the Patreon situation is redonky-donk, and I will not be creating a Patreon that doesn't have... I will not be creating a Patreon that has all of these false sources of reasons to donate. If I was to do a Patreon, more than likely it would just be because it was an easier way to get donations to me, and I would say simply that there is no benefits here. This is, you know, if you like what I do, help me out. If you don't, thank you anyway. But I don't know. I know YouTube has implemented their own donation service as well now. I think it's directly connected to the AdSense so that you get paid out that way. I don't know what the cut on their end is, if it is a same situation as the ad revenue. That is messed up, and the idea that they think that that is okay in a way to do business is ridiculous and hilarious. But because I don't know how that works for sure, you know, I'm not gonna talk about that any further until I decide to take one of those avenues. It's definitely a crossroads time for me. I have to kind of understand where I'm at and what I'm doing and how to proceed with it, because I'm getting to the point where Corbin is going to be old enough that he can start taking care of himself, getting himself to school and back home, and I want to start making some more income. I want to start bringing in some revenue so I can spend some more money. I got these projects that I want to do. Along with that, I just bought a 78 Blazer that I want to fix up, and I don't want to feel like I'm taking money away from my family to do that. So I'm going to have to figure it out. It's something that is definitely on me to figure out how it's going to proceed and where I'm going to go with it. But that's where I'm at. That's my idea and concept for, or not a concept per se, but thought process for upcoming futures and whatnot. The half slabbing here is 100% done, and I've started laying out more of the colors on the side. As you can see, there's still stuff sitting here from my digging. That's why the pick that's on my bar right there is down to red. I just did as much as I could when I was heading towards the main area to go get some sand. And I try to basically do it every time I'm making a trip, get something done, so that way I don't have to constantly do the trips back and forth. Pull a whole bunch of nether rack out, bring it to the spawn island, and then fill the hopper, or not the hoppers, but the furnaces up while I'm there. Just, you know, get as much as I can of it done. We're approaching 3 double chests full, and I think that's about what we're going to need of it. I think I'm going to be starting up the collection of cobble into smooth stone here shortly, and probably do another 3 chests of that. If I am off on my scale or what have you, then we may need more of either or, but at least we've got a good start there on it, and quite a bit of resources already in place for it. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. Just a lot of color placed in. It's still, you know, nothing on the ceiling here. Going to be doing a lot with that, but I want to get my stuff up to snuff here. Let's see here. I don't think I put glass in any of these because I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I think that's going to be going up in, say, these things, like so. So I will figure that out in a little while and just throw this all in the junk. The junk for now, providing it fits. Gonna get some more stuff going in the furnaces here so I can get some smooth stone going. Right now I'm just working on brick, because I also have none here in my hub, so I've been slowly building that up. I'll grab the other resources I need so that I have everything to build the new farm, and then we'll get going on that. Ah, the epicness of nether music. Back here in the wonderful world of Syko. In the swamp that has no name. From a time long ago. Oh. So, I wanted to add the pumpkin farm in as soon as possible. I've been talking about it, how I need certain farms to do things. Well, that's one of them. As you can see, the cactus is working, slowly but surely. We have lost a few popping backwards and landing on these, but it's not too bad. The other part with that, which I want to fix, is I have seen them getting stuck on there. And unfortunately, do I have my silk touch? I do. Okay. Never mind. It's not unfortunate. I remembered to bring it. I need to, let's see here, fix this. So let's do that. And pop one of these guys in here. That will get rid of that issue that we were having with stuff getting stuck on there. Because I saw it happen 2 times now, I decided that I'm going to be losing enough of it that it warrants fixing. I'm okay with losing stuff once in a while, but the fact that it's happening often is not good for me. So that should fix that. Let's go ahead and break that out and put a pumpkin underneath there to add some lighting in. Yes, you can see it. There's not much else I can do about that. There is still the lighting in here on all of those things. That should create something working for us. And we know that it is at 56, if I remember. Yep, 56. So we can expect to see it increase from there. That way we can keep an eye on it. Now we'll be working in here for a while. So the first one I'm going to be tying into this bad mamma jamma where we have the line running is going to be the pumpkin farm. And I got to separate these out enough to know where the next one's going to be. I do know that I want to kind of alternate the colors here. We've got purple, green, purple, and this one is going to be orange because it's going to be the pumpkin farm. Makes the most sense. But I want to keep the distance basically the same. So if we look about how far those are apart, I think this is too far over here. I wanted to place one right here because I thought it'd be perfect, but I think it's too far away. I can put it like down here, but again, I think it's too far away. So, that is hot creeper. Let's focus on a good location for this. I think somewhere in this area would work well. It is underneath the overhang considerably, but if I take away a lot of this stuff here, I can kind of chop this away enough to make it work for us. I'm gonna put some of the gravel back into place, but I want to strategically pull this stuff out first. So the principle for this one is pretty simple. Essentially, you just got to have a way to push pistons back and forth. So if we grow the pumpkin itself, the vine, on this one here, and then, oops, it only has one place to grow at this point, and that'll be on this block, which is in front of the piston. Because all of the rest of this stuff is going to be, oh, that was just uncalled for, is going to be blocked off or non-existent. We don't have to worry about it. I don't think pumpkins can grow on, that's a good question, on that. Just in case they can, I will go ahead and block the bottom one here. Actually, I should just fill that in all the way just so that we don't have that as a space. So we will have that going up as well. Or I could have the water coming down right there, then I don't have to worry about it. No, I can't do that because there's a torch back here. Okay, so now we gotta make all of these fire somehow. And we can do that just by creating a chain. Now you can see that that's pushed out and it's not. So if we go back and forth on this as high as we want to go, that will basically create the chain for where these guys are going to be laid out. So on this one now we are at at the next level that would be the case. It's going to be every other one of the levels for the piston, like so. Let's see if I can grab this and make this happen. I don't think so. Oh, I was going to say. Try it like that. And voila, you got yourself the repeating pattern you need to make this grow. Well, I decided to go for a pretty tall thing here. Went ahead and just built it right into the mountain, which came into a cave that I had lit up when I was doing the animal rooms or the animal pens. It also gives me a way to get out of here that I can actually access. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize that. Now I could continue it going upwards here basically indefinitely. I've changed the materials I'm using at this point, opting for using some smooth stone to kind of wrap this stuff around and help blend it into its environment. Along with that, I just ran out of materials and don't want to use them anymore because they're ridiculously expensive. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. Well, let's see if I'm going to continue on or not. They're ridiculously expensive and difficult to get a hold of. So we've got everything up to this point good to go. We've got all the spaces filled like I had prior. I'm going to put the water on this side because of the torches being on this side, which means I need to change the way the hoppers are set up down there, but we can get to that in a minute. I mean, potentially I could go, right here and just keep going. There's no reason I can't. Just keep going up as long as I have a place to build stuff here. Did I trample that? Pretty sure I did. Yeah, I grew that one, so I just trampled it. Great. Awesome. Awesome. We should be good to go there. We'll have a window here available for visual, and we can leave a little bit of a hole here. Let's see here. My inventory is slowly making havoc here with everything. Go ahead and get some stuff reorganized now that we're done with this for the most part here. Alright. Go like that. Should punch us through. Good to go. Little access way. All of that should be hooked up. And is there anything we can land on? Is this too far down that I'm going to die? I do have feather falling on. I think I'll risk it for a biscuit. I wish I had a sword that I could block with. Here we go. Oh, we're fine. More than fine. Okay. So, that is set up as it is. I put that in the water in the wrong spot. I wanted to put it over in the corner, not in the center. Although, you know what? That doesn't really look that bad. That works for me. That would allow us to essentially just pop in and put another hopper right there. So if I get my silk touchy out and we can pop in right here would be good. There is a whole bunch of pumpkins in place. I can't count how many there are, but let's go ahead and test to make sure this is going to, the theory of this is going to work. All we got to do is quickly place that there, and that should cause the pumpkins to fall. Out of that, we seem to have gotten 3, which means we definitely lost a few in somewhere because there was at least 4, probably 5 that had grown. And this was my concern about the way that you set these up. You're going to have a dead loss somehow. One way or another, you can't make it so that everything is covered. Now, there's other ways to do that where you put hoppers under the materials and stuff like that, and it has a much better rate of collection. But I'm okay with this because I wanted to keep with the theme that we've kind of been doing with these towers. So now all I have to do is hook this up to the sensor over here, and we have the lead down here coming out of it just off the side here. Basically just have to dig it up that direction. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and quickly write down some coordinates so I know where I'm at. So we got I have linked up with this, and you're going to hear in the background right now some noise, and I apologize for that. There's not much I can do about that. I have a neighbor that is mowing the lawn, and I am out of time, so I need to get this going so I can have time to render it and stuff. But I did get the link up here, so what I'm going to do is put a redstone torch right here to power this, and then we'll know how far it is powered, and then we'll just come back down, pull this torch out, and we'll be good to go. And all I got to do, in theory, is run this line all the way up to the redstone torch trail, and everything should be good to go. Like that, like that, like that, like that, and like that. Is that in or out? That is out, so we need to eliminate one. So we don't need that, we need this. And we're good to go. Right? I think so. I hope so. So I'm terrible at this. Just saying. Okay, can we still access everything through here? More or less. We can come through. Everything should be good to go there. Everything should be good to go through here. We're going to go ahead and just cover that up with a piece of obsidian and finish off the glass. Check one more time to make sure that's shut. It is. And check the pumpkins. How many do we have? 5 in there at the moment. So basically all we have to do is next episode we'll come over here, check and see if this thing has been running after I spend some time in the area, and we'll know that it is working the way it was intended to work. Just from that, I will make sure I don't put any pumpkins in there until then, and hopefully this will work for us. Let's go ahead and take a look at this from a couple of different angles and see how it looks. I know that I've talked way too much on this project. I'm going to have to do some condensing and some cutting to make it coherent and whatnot. I start to ramble quite a bit when I start doing redstone. I understand the basic principles of it, but I am by no means a redstone expert or good at redstone. I just fumble through things. But at one point in time, that's what everybody did. Okay, that's pretty cool. Head on over very quickly over to the bed area and take one final look from this location, since this is the point of view I want to look amazing. Yep, that will definitely work. The spacing is very good. We got pretty much equal spacing between the 4 towers that we have in place. This is going to work well for what we were looking to achieve here. So the next tower I need to make is purple one, and I got to figure out exactly what I could use a purple tower for, because there's no point in building one if it doesn't have a purpose. But that's going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed yet another adventure here in Minecraft as I continue on with projects around the house and the summer schedule. Hope to see you guys in the next one. As usual, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget that like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and I will see you next time.